Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and welcome to today's nursery tour. Now, go ahead and tell you a full disclosure. We were getting ready to do the nursery tour and the bottom dropped out and it's pouring down rain. So if you hear something and you're like, what in the world is that? It's just rain, a nice rain on the greenhouse roof. So we said, well, can't be outside in the pouring down rain. So this will be the perfect time to come up here to the production area and give you an update on how all the annuals are doing. So here we are, the second week of March. Things are progressing quite nicely. Remember, we are North Carolina, a Zone 7B, and these are all annuals that I'm going to be sharing with you today. They are also all proven winners. So if you want to know more information about a specific plant that I am telling you about, if there's a question or you want to see another picture, go to provenwinners.com. So this is a real-time event so that you can see what is growing, blooming, and thriving here in North Carolina. It is still too early to get these babies and plant them outside because, especially for us where we are, this coming Saturday, the low is 19. So if you have, one, already bought some annuals, some summer annuals, you're going to want to take care of those, otherwise they're going to get fried. Two, I am going to go ahead and cover my hydrangeas that bloom on old growth because they have already started to bud out. I've got growth on them. I'm going to cover them with my burlap bags from Unique Stone to protect those blooms. So you might want to consider doing that if you've got some shrubs that have already woken up from their winter slumber. So just keep that in mind. And without further ado, let's talk about some beautiful flowers. Now, right here at my feet is one of the new introductions for 2022, so this year. This is Evolvulus. Now you may go, well Jenny, you know, Evolvulus is not anything new. Well, this is blew my mind XL, right? So it is one of the best performers for us in the South with our heat and humidity. It handles it like a champ. So XL is the new one because it has a bigger presence in the greenhouse. We're in the greenhouse, in the landscape. So that's why it's not. Oh, hang on. There's one blooming. Hold that thought right there. I was gonna say that's why it's not blooming because it likes it hot. But there we go. You can see that. A gorgeous, maybe not, maybe yes. Also, the sun's going down, so hopefully. We're winging it here, folks. Just go with the flow. But the XL has a bigger presence in the landscape. So if you're going to use this in the landscape or you want to put it in a container with other vigorous growers, XL is a great plant to use. I love the blew my mind. Now, I'm going to let Jerry just kind of pan this as a whole. This is the Euphorbia section. We do love our diamond collection of Euphorbia. There are three different members of the family. You have Diamond Snow, which is the tight white compact. Then we have Diamond Mountain, which is next. Diamond Mountain, so Jerry showed you Diamond Snow. Diamond Mountain gets its name because it is the biggest of the family. It does great in landscape. You can get like 2 to 3 feet tall. And then we have Diamond Frost. Frost and Mountain are a little bit harder to tell apart in the grande containers. Is when you put them in the landscape or a container that they really show the difference. So Frost may be about 12 to 18 inches tall, where Mountain can get like 2 feet, really big. And then if you know this plant, you love this plant as much as I do. Look at that. It is our beloved Vermillionaire. And we have a couple of little buds and blooms on it. People will just simply come to the nursery and they're like, I want that hummingbird plant. This is a hummingbird magnet. The bloom that Jerry just showed you, that's what it does. It doesn't open any further. It stays nice and tight like that, and the plant will be covered in it. Hummingbirds cannot resist this plant. They go nuts over it. It is full sun and just is wonderful. Now on this side of me, we have a little bit of a super bells situation going on here. Super Bells, Calibrachoas are those beautiful floriferous plants that just put on loads of color. This is Coral Sun, such a gorgeous one. The Super Bells do really come in just about every color that I can think of. They're wonderful for hanging baskets and containers, window boxes. Again, where you have heavy, thick clay soil, it is not recommended to put them in the ground because they hate wet feet. So if you've got sandy soil, then you can probably get away with putting yours in the landscape. But for folks around where we are, don't do it. It'll be a slow death for your Super Bells. You can do that with petunias. And speaking of petunias, we're going to say hello to the newest member of the Supertunia Vista family. This is Jazzberry. Jazzberry is very much a purple pink color. See if I can show you some of that. The Vistas, of course, are some of the most vigorous petunias there on the market. Of course, it joins the family of bubblegum and silverberry and fuchsia and snowdrift, and I'm leaving somebody out, but that's okay. Gorgeous color, massive, I mean huge presence, and they are just so sweet in here. Cannot wait to use them. You can tell we like our Vermillionaire. This whole section right here is Vermillionaire because it is just such an amazing plant and does really well for us in the South. Let's see, here we go. Do what? It is, yes. So we have the verbena in here. We have guara. Ooh, the sunflowers are coming along nicely. So this is Suncredible Saturn. Again, this is a new introduction for this year. These are those reblooming sunflowers. Look how happy this plant is. No buds or blooms yet, but growing quite nicely. They will get to be about, in the landscape, we have found 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. Here comes the rain again. Really vigorous, massive color on them, and they just keep going and going and going. They're great. And then we're going into, it looks a little bit like foliage here. So we've got a lot of the sweet potato vines here, some of the lemon coral, Coleus. This is one of my absolute favorites, pineapple brandy. Look at that. This was new. Last year was its first year, I believe, on the market. Just a gorgeous, love this plant so much. I love all the Coleus. I could sit here and talk about Coleus all the live long day because look at this. We have Wicked Witch and then Newly Noir. Come to me, darling. So these two are yet another example of fantastic Coleus from Proven Winners. Love them. They can do sun or shade. So you've got Wicked Witch right here, and you've got Newly Noir right here. Just, you could put them together, you can put them separate. They complement each other really well. Gorgeous plants, easy. Bugs do not like them. Japanese beetles don't like them. I've had a friend, a great gardening friend, tell me because she has horrible problems with voles in her yard, and she has said that she has found that the voles do not like the Coleus. So there you go with that. Here we have begonias. We have the double ups. Look at this. Look at that double up white. Nice and pretty and tight and compact. Beautiful foliage on it with that nice little, it's a little bloom, but it'll be covered. The plant will be covered in those blooms. So you've got the double up white, the double up red, and then the double up pink. Look at that sweet little bloom on the pink. It's just so sweet. Again, these will get nice and big and mounded. You don't have to pinch them. They are self-cleaning, easy. And then, of course, our Surefires. I'm telling you, y'all, these Surefire begonias are the way to go. They can do sun or shade. They do great in containers. They do great in the landscape. You're thinking, Jenny, it's a begonia. This is not your grandmama's begonia, y'all. This is fantastic. So the rose, obviously a nice pink color with a dark foliage, and then the red, beautiful red with a nice green foliage. They'll get huge in the landscape. I've always used these in my landscape, always. They are just amazing plants. Get everybody tucked back in here at home. Now, for my shade people, you say, well, Jenny, you know, everybody gets the sun, and what are we gonna do with the shade? I don't have any flowers for the shade. Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. So these are the Acapulco double impatiens. Now, they're not blooming yet, but we have got these. Look at that foliage on the plant. It's a very happy plant, and if you can tell, there's little buds starting to form in the plant. This particular one is the coral reef, which is a beautiful corally pink. It's a double bloom, so it looks like a little tiny rose. Love these plants. So we have them in all sorts of colors. So there's the coral reef, there's the wisteria, which is like a bicolor of a purple and a white, rose, white, apple blossom, you name it, we've got it. Coming on over here, more Coleus. So much fun. I'm telling you, if you don't have Coleus in your garden, you need to fix that this season. It is fantastic. Look at this. This is torchlight. You see how pretty that is? Torchlight, of course, has the green edging, kind of the deep, it's like tricolor, right? Hot pink in the middle, then kind of that burgundy, that deep color, and then the lime green edging. So lovely, just lovely. So let's move on down here. A lot of these are kind of the same because remember, we are the grower and we bring plants in at different times. So where I had my double up pinks over there, I've got newer double up pinks here. I've got more surefires here. So those are about 3 weeks ahead of these guys. So just so you know, if you see me passing by something, it's because we've already talked about it and we have plants on that continual basis rotating through. Oh, now we haven't talked about this. Look, Lantana. So this is citron. Citron is new this year. Y'all, I love this plant last year when we trialed it. It's amazing. It formed this nice, beautiful, big mound of a plant in that gorgeous color. It's not really a gold, it's more of a soft yellow. So it can work in both kind of a cool garden, and if you want to make it into a hot garden, you certainly can do that. It was just beautiful. And it says on here 20 to 30 inches. Mine was every bit of 30 inches, if not even more, and that was not on irrigation. So Lantanas do so well for us here. We've got the grasses. The grasses, as you'll see, they're just kind of like sitting, right? So these grasses, and then we've got some other things in gallons. A lot of these things that are in gallons are ones that are very vigorous, but they like it hot. So like, for example, this is Prince Tut. Prince Tut is the annual of the year here for Proven Winners. It's got a lot of new growth, but you can see it hasn't like just jumped, right? It's not massive yet. It just hasn't got quite hot enough. It's like grasses will sit, it's like an avocado. You wait for it to get ripe, you wait, it's ripe, and then there you go. So that's kind of how these hot weather grasses are. They just kind of sit for a little bit, and then once you get those nice consistent days of heat, man, they just take off. So again, more euphorbias, more of the alyssums. You've seen these sweet little alyssums down at the other nursery, the greenhouse rather. These are just ones that are further behind. And then we have got some, if I can get one out of here, we have got teacups, coffee cups, teacups, coffee cups, sorry. So coffee cups is Calicasia, elephant ear, right? So coffee cups is wonderful, and this thing will get huge, y'all. It will get 3 to 4 feet tall. It does best in the landscape. I tried it in my aquapots last year. It just didn't do real well. Then when we were visiting 4-Star, talking to the head grower in the gardens, and he was like, no, they do better in the landscape. But they have those upturned leaves. So if we were to stick it outside right now with the rain, it would fill up and then it tips over. So it has, that colocasia has the upright, alocasias have the downturned. So nice and big, again, loves it hot, and mine has come back for 2 years. So there you go. Moving on down, we're almost to the end here. Coming back, we have some more of the super bells. This is dreamsicle. Dreamsicle is one of my favorites because it is that beautiful Clemson orange. Yes, it is. This makes a stunning, what we call monoculture container, where you can just put just this plant, multiples, in a large container or a basket. It's gorgeous. Really, you can do that with any of the super bells. When you can put 2, 3, 4 of the same plant in a large container, so you just have this one massive plant. Oh, be still my heart. It is gorgeous. And then a new one for us, it's not a new plant, but it's new for us, is this Intensia Red Hot, and it is a type of phlox. Look at that beautiful red color. Isn't that fabulous? Now, this will get, let me get my tag because it's new for us. 10 to 16 inches tall. It does really well in the landscape. So you're going to space it about 12 inches apart from each other, and it is full sun. But beautiful, beautiful red flowers on it. When it came to us, I don't know, a month ago, whenever, 6 weeks ago, I don't remember when it was already blooming then. So this is going to be really fun to incorporate in the landscape when you have some really bold, hot colors. I think, Jer, have we covered everything? We've got more. It was kind of, if you remember when we were planting, potting up plants, we started in the back corner and we worked our way up and then around and then down the center. So these that are right here are some of our newest ones that have just been potted up. Like we've got bubble gums right here that are just teeny tiny. So again, as a grower, we have to kind of plan and stagger these so that not everything is ready all at the same time. We have to kind of, again, just stagger plan for these plants. Hanging baskets are coming along. You can start to see them. They've got some foliage coming to the edges of the pots. And again, once we get nice, consistent, hot, sunny days, the days get longer, more sun, they are just going to explode. Again, we grow our hanging baskets huge. So these will get nice and big, and we will have them available when the time is appropriate, which will really be about anywhere about mid-April and beyond. So if you were in the area and you want to come shop, I have a lot of people asking us, you know, when's the best time for us to come shop for our annuals? It really is going to be in that around that mid-April. Both will have a great selection of plants, and the weather should be cooperative and that you can come kind of safely shop for your plants. You just have to be aware that we can still get some late frost. But again, spring is knocking on the door. Of course, it is, like on Saturday, a little reality check, 19 degrees at night. So again, take the precautions that you need to protect your plants. But yeah, thanks so much for a little impromptu rainy evening garden tour here inside the greenhouse. As always, thank you so much. Y'all have a fantastic day, and we will see y'all in the next video. Bye, friends.